Have you sat back and thought about what reselling could be like in the next 10 to 20 years? In this video, we're going to explore possible new ways the reselling landscape could change. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Chris. Thanks for joining me again here on Flip Life. Today I want to do something a little different, something a little more fun. I usually am doing my how-to videos or what sold or what I got at a thrift shop, but I feel like I've cut my teeth as a new YouTuber here on the how-tos, and now I want to have a little bit of fun. So if you've looked in the news at all, you may have seen NFTs, non-fungible tokens. If you go to Google, hit news and type in NFT, you'll come across non-fungible tokens, and it's kind of blowing up. And this excites me. So the whole thought of this thing made me think, what could I possibly be doing as a reseller that's different with NFTs now entering the world? If you're not sure what an NFT is, the easiest way to explain that to you is the word fungible means your dollar bill can be exchanged for my dollar bill and it's the same value. What non-fungible means is your dollar bill is not equal to my dollar bill. An example of that would be, let's say people who collect money. Maybe your $20 bill has a different serial number than mine is, and yours is from a different era, or maybe there was a short print or something. That $20 is worth more to a collector versus my $20 that's just in circulation today. Another quick example is your movie ticket is not the same as my movie ticket. My Star Wars ticket will not get into your Avengers movie. They're both tickets, but they have different information on them and they're related to totally different things, and you just can't use them interchangeably. NFTs started in 2017, and I believe the very first one are CryptoPunks. Those things are blowing up because they're gaining such traction in the world because of Bitcoin and blockchain and cryptocurrency. What's happening right now is a little bit of an artist revolution. We're having digital artists really make some money and some waves off of their creations. Before, we were talking about a picture on a wall, a sculpture, a 2D, 3D image that you can look at. Now pretty much people are making money off of a GIF. You may have never heard this name before, but there's a guy going by the name of Beeple who's been selling his digital artwork for millions of dollars. And it's pretty much like a 10-second video clip that someone owns with a serial number they're paying for with blockchain. By now, someone is probably saying, what does this have to do with being a reseller? Well, hold that thought. Let's see what else is going on in the world that could possibly point to where we'll be in the future. So first, let's go back to 2002. Second Life shows up on the scene. And look at this right here. Earn money. Look at what she's doing. She's making a dress. You can create virtual goods for this game and sell them for real money. There is virtual real estate agents here. You can buy virtual land and put your house on it. You might think this is stupid. And originally for this idea, I wanted a couple of my friends to get together and talk about NFTs and the possibilities. And I was going to use some clips here or use the whole thing, but it became so negative from one of them that I can't use a bit of it. I might sprinkle some clips here and there, but it was so, this is stupid. Why would you buy a virtual item?
Art.
My whole argument against y'all shuts down when it is not physical.
No, it doesn't.
My opinion does. It shuts down because it's not physical. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's still a digital piece of art. It is still a picture on a computer or a picture on your phone that you can only look at.
So let's
can't hang it on a wall. You can't. You're going to be able to lay your hands on it, and I can say, hey, this is X amount of value because of this. But if you go buy a $2,500 piece of artwork digitally, and I Google the same image, he can look at it just as well as I can.
Well,
and
you can go. I can go look at
it.
Spider-Man. Whatever.
But it's not the same
online.
thing because I can say I own it.
It is the same.
You can say you own it.
I've spent $20 on a costume for Call of Duty, and I love it. Some might think that's stupid, but that's kind of where the world's heading. So we're starting here on Second Life. It's still thriving. It's going to get even bigger with where we're going now. So let's take a look at OpenSea. This is where the digital art is. Now, there's a lot of garbage here. There's a lot of good stuff, but it's going to be booming. It is booming because of Beeple. So let's see. Let's find this. Okay, so here you can buy digital art with Ethereum. Ethereum is worth about $1,500 right now. So one Ethereum is $1,500. This person wants 5 Ethereum. He thinks this is worth $5,000. Let's see what this looks like. Excuse me, $8,000. Not all of this is worth buying. Not all NHT is going to be valuable. A lot is garbage, as we see here. That's not a bad piece of art, but not $8,000. I would give you $5. You might say, what do I do with this once I own it? Well, you have a serial number showing it's yours, and that kind of goes into the future too. People are going to be building virtual houses. And I'll show you in a little bit. There's people selling virtual land. So you're not going to get $8,000 for this dude. Everyone just assumes that because NHTs are hot, I need to ask one Ethereum. I need to ask one coin for this. No. Look at this. Here's virtual land for, how much does this cost? $1,500. So Ethereum must be up. I don't know what world this land is in. It says a land is a digital piece of real estate in the sandbox metaverse that players can buy to build experiences on top of. So people are going to be running servers with land that people can then do their business, run their Second Life, not like the game Second Life, but what your play space, whatever that is. This is unrealized so far. You never know what we can do with this. And it might sound dumb. And you would think, well, what happens if that company or server crashes? You lose your money, but you can also take Bitcoin, NHTs, and save them in a locker or a wallet, and you'll keep those forever. But I don't know how that would work out with someone's company who sold you land on a server that no longer exists. You still have it, but it's inapplicable at that point. You can't use it. But that's one of the dangers of NHTs right now. All this stuff is booming, and 95 to 99% of this stuff will be garbage in the end. But there will be some things that are worthwhile keeping or investing in. Now, we are kind of talking stock market in a way because people are buying this stuff because of FOMO, which means fear of missing out. But some of the stuff is going to stay. It's going to be historical. Let me find something. Here's a Beeple piece. Or is it someone's piece they did of Beeple? Okay, so you can sell these. You can sell several of these. This guy made 100 total, and 66 people have bought them. So there's like 40 some left, right? Once it's out of stock, because it's fractionable, then value would go up if we're talking anything else, if people find it valuable. This is horrible. I'm not here to trash anybody's art, but I mean, why would I pay $15 for this? You can go create this yourself. But that brings up the conversation too. Why would you want this when you can do it on your own? Okay, when you buy an NHT, there's a serial number attached to it that shows you own this. It's traceable. You cannot rip someone off because you don't have the serial number. This is what my friend's argument was when I had this roundtable conversation. Why can't I just go make a copy of this or steal it some way and then just show it to you? Well, you can, but it's not the original. And the people who value this stuff are not going to buy your fake or your copy. They want the original. And this is where value and the possibility of reselling comes in, because not everything is valuable to everyone, but something is valuable to somebody. Comic books, some people think are trash. How many people's parents threw baseball cards and comic books away? And now they're so valuable because we realize there's a floor and there's a history that people buy and collect comics. This has not been established yet. And yeah, you can show me a fake version, but it's not the one with the serial code. It's not the one that shows you that I bought it. There are going to be people who value that in the future. Let's look at something else. More Parcel and Decentraland. I've heard of this place. So Decentraland, if I'm speaking of the right website, is a decentralized world that people want to try to live in. Now, obviously, you're going to have some rules, or you're going to create yourself just junk and people trying to rip people off and scam and grief. If you've ever heard of the word griefers, it's people who roam around video games just causing people problems. People in Decentraland don't want the government involved to do as you want to do. Think about that how you may, but that seems like a problem, but I understand what they're getting at. I'm just jumping around here. Okay, you've seen enough of OpenSea. Go explore it, OpenSea.io. Okay, let's take a look at NBA Top Shot. This, as a card collector and a reseller, is really cool. All right, so there's this company called Dapper Labs who has created this NBA Top Shot thing. It's opening packs of virtual cards. While we would open packs of regular cards and get a still image, like Pikachu here, now we're opening packs of cards that have a play. Maybe the first time someone jumped on the court, or a dunk or whatever. Let's show you some of these things. So you can buy packs of these cards for usually $9 for a base set. There's more expensive packs, and it's that rarity chance. People buy cards because maybe you'll get that rare card. And as a reseller, that's where I come in. I want to try to get that to flip it. This is an example playing right here. Sold for, okay, look at that. Someone sold that for $780. It says here people have sold $200 million worth of cards here. Let's find a pack. I want to show you this marketplace. So people are just lining up left and right, and the server crashes. There's so much demand for it. Cards are in a different situation right now. It's hard to find basketball, football, baseball cards, Pokemon cards. There's been low production. People outside of the hobby have found out you can flip them and make some money, and it's caused a lot of scalping. So here's a way to digitally get some cards, and if you can't find it at the store, why not buy one on the computer and start your collection there, especially seeing people are selling a bunch of these cards for a lot of money. Okay, here we are. Let's take a look. So if you buy a card, let's do legendary. Let's go with the big money first. Here's a Duncan Robinson three-pointer on December 25th, 2020 is when this occurred. So you get this card and you get this. And I think you get a couple camera angles too, which makes it pretty cool. I think that's kind of neat. So someone opened this from a pack and they're asking $3,800. Might as well say $39,000. Someone is asking $100,000. That is reaching. There's a lot of stuff that you're not going to get. So why even try? I don't understand. It's people trying to make a quick buck. And that's kind of what the world of collecting is at right now. The card market is just people trying to make a quick buck. A lot of NFT people who are on the coattails of Beeple trying to make a quick buck. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to understand, no one's going to pay $100,000 for this. These people are not going to see $100,000 because nobody realizes what this is yet. There has to be a history of a $10 sold card. And a bunch of people buy it that, it's 20. Now I can see this is sold for $20. We're not here yet. Let's see what a base starter common, is what they call it, would cost you. What are they selling this for? So a common card, $24. That makes sense. $113 makes sense. $33, $73. But if you buy a $9 pack of cards and you can sell it for $33, you've made a profit. I don't know if there's any fees involved, but this is where we are. Look at this, $500. But the card market is reflecting that too. A pack of retail cards can cost you $200. A box, the same way. I haven't found retail cards in 10 months. But this is just an example of where the card market is, and it meets up with current technology, and it's just an explosion. So let's go to the next thing. Dapper Labs has also gotten together with UFC to create UFC OnFlow. And much like Top Shots, there's so many moments in UFC history that can be captured, traded, and collected, as it says right here. And as you can see also, I've already signed up myself. I'm a big MMA fan, and I'm excited for this. I like new technology. I'm an early adopter, so I can't wait to buy some cards and profit and collect. I'm a collector and a trader and a seller, so all these things apply to me. I love it for all those reasons. Now, just think of any other big brand that can get involved in this. What if Marvel and sells their digital comics that way? What if Marvel gets involved, or DC? Comics are on digital forms already, but not this way. Not in a way that says you own a copy of this book that was sold through blockchain. And I've got a stack of comics in my closet that I have a physical copy of that is awesome, but the books that I've outpriced me, the books that I can't get, like Uncanny X-Men 1 or Hulk 181. Now, if I can own a digital copy and it's still valued in a close way like the physical, I'm down for that. So this is exciting for me. Now, I went to a couple friends' house to have a roundtable discussion of this. And in this case, it got really negative because one thought it was just stupid. One of them thought, why would you own a digital piece of art that is just in the air? You can't physically hold it. Not everybody is on board with this yet. It's brand new. But one of the guys made a comment: if this is the world you're in, and this is what people do, you're more likely to do it too. And he was like, nope, never going to do it. Nope, I'm not going to. How many of your grandmothers are using iPhones now? There's some. So eventually these things start happening where the society just does it. And this is where I see the future. All right, here's where we're going to stretch it. And some people are going to say, what? So we talked about Second Life and digital or virtual land and real estate agents, right? Welcome to Earth 2. This is just one example. We saw that there were tracts of land for sale in OpenSea. So here on Earth 2, you're pretty much buying digital or virtual property using Google Maps. So as you can see here, this is the percentage of gain these countries have made buying this land. So let's go to the marketplace. All right, let's go to... Actually, I don't want to go to the marketplace. I want to just go to buy land. Let's not do that. So here I am out in the ocean. I guess I'm going to be... Where am I at? You gotta zoom all the way out. Where's Australia? I guess I'm in the Samoan Islands somewhere. Yeah, there we go. I think that's Samoa. Anyway, we're off the coast of Australia. Okay, so this is our world. Okay, when I click this heat map, you're going to see where people have been buying property. And I hope you're amazed, because I am. Look at that. People have been buying property in all these places. Look at this. This is incredible to me. If you think it's stupid, I get it. It's not understandable to a lot of people who just don't think down the road like this. But people have been buying every little bit of island you can possibly think of. Let's go all the way in. Where's this? Suva. I don't know where this is. Let's go all the way in. You really got to zoom in tight. This is where people have been buying in these countries. Let's go to the... No, I mean, do that. Let's go to the satellite. All right. So these blocks represent the country of the person who purchased it. So this guy from the U.S. bought this block. I don't know what flag that is. Is that Iraq, Iran? One of those two. They bought that block. And as I was here playing with this the other day, and people are buying this land like you would real world land. Like they're buying, like all the coastlines on all these countries are bought up because people are buying beachfront property and they treat it like we treat it here. But here's where I start wondering, if this is virtual, this is digital, who says I can't live in this water right here? You know? So people are buying this like you would use it real world, but we have no constraints in the virtual world unless we somehow apply them. I don't see why you'd want constraints, because like that decentralized land, they don't want rules. I'm just trying to think outside the box. Look at this. People are buying these entire towns of this land. How much does it cost? Okay, let's find something that's not purchased. All right, so one little block is a certain price, and you would click it. So what you would do is click and then drag what you want to buy. Let's stick with one block. That is 86 cents. If I go to details, 86 cents would buy me that plot of land in Naluvata. What? Naluvata. I don't know. I'm sorry. So it's in Fiji. People are investing in this. Why? Part of that is the FOMO, fear of missing out, jumping on a new opportunity. How many opportunities do we hear about and we miss? Did you miss Facebook stock? Did you miss Amazon stock? If you're an investor, this is one of those things. And this is kind of a stock market-y kind of thing, but it just shows you what people are going to be doing in the future. If we're buying virtual land, what are we going to be doing there? And that's where my brain really started going out. Like, what is reselling going to be like? And let me hold that thought real quick. I went to where I grew up to see if I could buy that land. I did invest $25 into this because I think it's just fascinating. And if you think it's a waste of $25, that's cool. I appreciate your opinion. It's just I'm one of these people who just really think, what could happen? What could we do here? Let's look at the heat map of the United States. Where are people buying? The major cities. Since I'm in NC, let's look at the map. All right. I am somewhere around in here. And I went to where I grew up, and it hasn't been purchased, but take a look. Just going to go in where I'm at. Take a look at what United States land goes for. Okay, watch the price tier. $49. That's $49 per block you buy here. So if I'd buy these 6 blocks, that would cost me $297. I was trying to buy the gigantic plot of land I grew up on that my dad has and a couple of the houses around it. It would have cost me, I believe, about $36,000. Some people are buying it like that too. So as you can see, I've invested $24. I have 99 cents left over. I'm just trying it out, see what it's about. I was up for hours kind of just looking all over the country and the world of where people had purchased. I was looking up landmarks on Google Maps on one page and trying to find them on this map here. And people are already camping in on everything pretty much. So just like website squatting, people would buy Pepsi or Coke.com back in the .com days before the companies realized they needed a web page, and then they would find out someone owns it. That person would ask thousands and thousands of dollars to get it from that big company. Some people thought it was scummy, but to me, it's just you were in the front of the line, and I understand it. Maybe this is something like that too. So let's see. Let's just think about what reselling could be in the future. Here's the bulk of this too. If we're buying virtual land, let's start back over. We had to buy land to put our house on, and then when our house got purchased, that required somebody. Let's go bring back the virtual real estate agent. Are we going to have virtual landscapers? See, this is where your brain can really go into some stuff and like, wow. Because here's why I say this. People in a video game that I don't play, but I know of, what does it see now? I can't remember. Farm Simulator. Someone told me that there are people who are like professional builders or landscapers that will go inside your game and do this task you don't want to do for money. That blows my mind. Are we going to have virtual jobs? Are we going to have a virtual mechanic to maintain your car? Stretch out your brain and think like that. Okay, let's back up and go with these NFTs. If these digital goods are going to be prolific and grow, and people are going to own virtual artwork to put in their virtual house on their virtual land, we have this whole virtual world. It might sound kind of crazy, but are we going to be able to buy someone offloading their virtual goods and then resell that somehow too? This is where I'm thinking it gets cool. We're going to be able to go as resellers and buy physical goods and digital goods. And if you're familiar with GameStop, they've been having a hard time. They haven't been able to survive the digital game wave, as you will call it. People are not buying as many physical because it's just so easy to buy the digital copy of the game. They can download it the day it releases, sit there in a house and play it without having to go to a store and come back. Myself, I like physical games because I'd rather sell that game when I'm done with it and not just sit on a $60 purchase and eat it. So GameStop has had a problem with competing with that type of market. NFTs allow a digital game to be assigned a digital serial number or rights, and then you could possibly sell that. This is a way GameStop could come back. But I don't like GameStop because I'm a reseller. I want to buy games and flip them too. Stretch your mind out. You find somebody on Facebook Marketplace selling a digital version of this game. You buy it for $15 and sell it for $30. We're back in the same thing we're doing with reselling with physical goods. That's cool to me. And if you think so, leave some comments. Let's talk about this down below. I'm going to cut this off now, but I just started thinking about how this NFT thing in its infancy could possibly grow into an adult. And to me, it's fascinating. If you're new to the channel and the NFT keyword brought you here, my gig is I sell things on eBay and talk about how to make extra money in doing so. If that type of topic interests you, I would love to have you as a new subscriber. Give this video a like. Let's talk about this in the comments down below. I'd love to get to know some other like-minded people and just see what the possibilities could be for NFTs. So I'll let you guys get back to work. I just wanted to think about something in the future, maybe expand your brain a little bit. So you guys stay well and have a great flipping day.